without a trace.
What's going on, guys?
So,
It's your
what
boy
about you?
Ziggy, and today
Are
we're
you
at it
too
with
just a
another
wisp
Black
of
Vegan
illusory
video. And in
smoke?
this video, I just want to talk about the game itself. It's been 7 days since its release. I finally hit level 50. Well, I hit 51. I hit 50 yesterday, but I didn't have time to do a video yesterday due to family obligations. But level 50, the game's been out for a week. So today I just kind of want to talk about the game and my opinion on it. Now, I done majority of things in the game. I have every single character in the game so far. Right now, Florence is obviously my main like character that I built up. If you ask me for late game progression, I would say your main DPS is the one you should focus on to getting to 90. I think your support character and your sub DPS, you could pretty much have them at 80 and it'll be okay because your main DPS is supposed to carry in the first place. So, I mean, like me, obviously, because I'm doing content in the game, I want to get everybody to their max eventually to do videos on them. But if you're free to play and you want to make sure you have enough resources and you're not using all your stamina and things like that, I would say, getting one character to 90 and the other two to 80 would do you pretty good. You should be able to complete everything in the game and you'll be okay. Just in the beginning, right? Because resources are going to be very sparse. But that's just my opinion. But, the game's been out for a week. It had kind of a rocky, launch. I think a little, in my opinion, there were certain things that, like, I think people were being a little bit too harsh about it. Like, there was an issue with, some stages not loading and, some lag and things like that. But in my opinion, they got to them fairly quickly. They got to them very quickly. There was also some people didn't appreciate. If I could pull up, can I pull up the notes? I notice. It's probably not there anymore. So when there was an issue with the Google login, which was pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty crazy. The fact that people couldn't associate with Google, but they rewarded people who went through those issues with Google, and they did it in like a time code. I wanted to do a video, I just didn't get a chance to, but the code was only for 5 days, and some people felt like that was unfair, that they should just be it should be permanent for anybody who's logging in within like the launch period, and everybody should get it. And I saw both sides of it, because why not, right? Like, more people getting rewards doesn't hurt me. Like, it doesn't hurt me at all. It actually helps the game, because giving those rewards for people to summon and get characters is probably going to keep them on the game longer. But other people were saying, well, those rewards for people who only had the issues logging in, and since they resolved that issue within that time frame, why would they make it go longer than that? And I kind of saw both sides to it, but my stance is on, like, why not, right? Like, why not give them the rewards? Why not allow them to summon even more so they could get a 5-star character, or probably get really lucky and be like, you know what, I'm gonna keep on playing this game. My luck is really good. Oh, I'm playing it, I like this game, it could be in my main rotation, I might spend money on the game. The mindset of these developers should be, the longer someone's on the game, the most likely they are to spend money. And with giving out rewards within the launch period, when most people are gonna try your game during the launch period, right? Brand new game. This game didn't have crazy hype, but the hype kind of picked up as the launch went. It got over 1 million pre-registrations. So keeping on people on the game even longer would have been beneficial for them. But like, I do understand them. Like, it was because they fixed the issue, and because they fixed that issue, there's like, only the people who, I guess in their opinion, only the people who experienced that issue deserve those rewards. But I don't necessarily agree with that. I see both sides, but I don't necessarily agree with that. But overall, I think the story is really good. Now, I'm not like super into the lore of video games and like deepness of the story and the characters. Like, I don't really like, I really don't like connect with it like that. But I think the story is really good. I'm at 6. There's plenty of content. Once I beat 6, you could go back and do normal and hard. I think for right now, there's good enough content. Now, obviously, as the game goes on, we will want more content. Now, I understand that this game is very comparable to PGR. I have never played PGR, so I don't know what content is necessary in PGR that I could probably assume would be content in this game. I don't know, but right now I don't have a problem with the content. One of the things I like so much is that you can sweep stages. That's really good, because this game is not gonna have an auto, right? Because, you know, the whole point is for you to play the game. But I enjoy the content. You know, I enjoy brute force mode. Hopefully, like, this is something that refreshes. It's not going to be every week, I assume, but at least once a month this refreshes, just because I do think it's good rewards, and I do think it's fun to go in there and see if you could beat someone's high score. Now, right now, yeah, I'm unranked, but, you know, I got my characters up. I'm coming back in there for vengeance. But I think that's really good. Like, this is a really good mode. It's a fun game mode. It's not difficult, and you can get good rewards. I really like this game mode too, even though the video I did on Darius didn't really do really well compared to other videos. I'm still gonna do videos on these because I like the idea of coming in here and going against a really difficult boss who's not like, the thing with the bosses I like in this is that you could go in there with any team that you want, right? Like, he's not, I mean, maybe when they release bosses that have certain like abilities and probably certain like they move a certain way that maybe certain units will be better, but like in this mode, the enemy doesn't have any weakness or any resistance towards a certain element, so you could kind of go in there with your best team and try to defeat it. And I like that. You know, I like modes that force me to, I don't mind game modes that force me to use certain characters or certain team building, because it kind of rewards me for having all the characters. But I do like game modes where it's kind of like I could use any team I want, right? I think every gacha game should have a mix of both, in my opinion. And I know some people don't like game modes where it forces you to use certain units and certain teams. I completely understand that. I'm just saying, I think there should be both. I think that there should be a mix of both. And you have this game mode where, like I said, these bosses who were pretty hard. Nightmare, I gotta go back and defeat it. On the video I did, I had over 10 minutes, and I tried it again and I had 9 minutes. Now, I haven't tried this mode since I leveled up my team very well with their ancient marks and all those things. So I hope that I could do better than 9 minutes. I don't know how my man did at 50. Oh, he's a whale. I'm a whale too, but he's like a super whale. He's bugging. Like 17K. Yeah, them boys is whaling. Them boys spend their money, support the game. I'm all for it. Yeah, Taz, Soviet, Seer, KND, K-Way, spend that money, support the game. I appreciate it. I mean, I spend money too. Who am I to talk? So there's this game mode. I think there's a fair amount of game modes now. They do have, now this is more of the end game, right? Infinity Multiverse, I still need to go in here and try to, I haven't done a video on it. I didn't know if it'll do well. Let me know if you want to see a video of me going through this. Now, I've been working on my second team. I haven't done this since I upgraded my team. Now, as you can see that I'm 3 stars off, right? I was able to beat these stages, but I didn't beat it within the time frame, and I'm trying to do that. But like this game mode, right? You're gonna have enemies who have elemental weaknesses, so you should use a certain team. While in the other game mode, Echoes of the Past, there isn't. Like I said, I think there should be a mix of both. Now, he's not resistant to anything, is he? No, it doesn't seem like he's resistant to anything, but obviously water and fire works best against him. And then this is, so the way it works, if you're not sure, these stages up here, you only have to use one team. And but when you get to the core area, this is when you're gonna have to use 2 teams. And this game mode is very important. Like, do not sleep on this game mode. And the main reason why you shouldn't sleep on the game mode is because the currency you get here, the Scar of Infinity, you can use it to buy 5-star weapons for units. Now, I'm gonna assume that there's never gonna be, oh, okay, you made me look like a fool. You made me look like a fool. Come on. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to make a cut. All right, we're back. That was weird. It took forever to load. But with that currency, you could buy 5-star weapons. Like say for instance, if you're a Lychee, right? If you're a Lychee main, like this is a godsend, because if there was any unit who, wait, is this only 4-star? Am I actually wrong? No, his weapons right here. It's the standard 5-star units and the standard 4-star. Now I'll talk about it, but hopefully this game includes more 4-star units that are very usable. But like for instance, Lychee's weapon is stupid good for him. The more dupes you get for this weapon, the way better it'll be, because I believe it increases his crit rate. I'm pretty sure it's crit rate, or it might be crit damage. Either way, it's really good for him. So there's that game mode. Don't sleep on it. As far as the gameplay goes, it's not. I'm not super sweaty, right? I'm not being super sweaty on the game where it's like, oh, you know, I do perfect rotations and perfect dodges all the time. I'm not doing that. And I'm still enjoying it. I think these games need to have a balance where if you're like someone who's super sweaty, right? Like super sweaty, the game should challenge you. But the game should also be available to people who don't want to be super sweaty. And I think the gameplay is fine with that. It's not, I don't feel like you have to be like an expert at character action games to defeat stages and get rewards. Because at the end of the day, if you're like someone, like, yeah, it's nice to be like in the top ranking, but for the most part, especially if you're free to play, you just want to be able to beat something so you can get the rewards that gives you currency to summon. That should be your main priority. If you could get into high ranking, that's great, but your main priority is to just beat the stage so you could get the currency so you could summon more. That's it, especially if you're free to play. And I think the gameplay allows that. Now, I also really like the gear system, even though this gear system for the last, I'll say, like couple days have been shafting me hard, like real hard, like bending me, like real hard. After I praised it, like, oh, it's not that much of a grind to get gear, they were like, nah brother, bend them cheeks. I swear, bro, like it took me forever. Like I finally finished. So I'll have this video out soon too. I finally finished my Lychee. You know, I gotta get his I gotta get some stuff for his weapon. I still have one more breakthrough for his weapon, and I got upgrade some of his gear. His skills, but his gear is all done. HP, crit, critical damage. I'll do a video on his build, and why I chose these 4 pieces. Like, I know someone said to me like, oh, is there, right, for recommended, but there's another piece you should get from other than Dragon Essence, and I'll show it to you right here, and I'll just do a video later. But Tiger Might, and the reason I did that is because it increases his enhanced damage, because Lychee does charge damage and enhanced damage. But like I said, I'll talk about it in the video. But I was finally able to build him up. It took me forever, of like 2 days worth of grinding to get his gear. Like when I was doing Florence and I wanted to get Pierce, they gave me crit non-stop. They're like, yeah, here, crit. But the minute I needed crit for this guy right here, they're like, nah, man, fuck you, no crit for you. It was a major pain in my ass. But he's a beast. Just let you know, he's a crit god. He's a beast. The video between him and Florence is gonna be very hard for me. But like, little spoiler, he's a god. He's a god. Like, if you say he's the best unit in the game, I'm not gonna argue with you. I know a lot of people also like Viola. I'm gonna build her. Like, right now, I just want to get my 2 teams set, and then I'm able to make sure I'm able to do all the game modes, and then we will get to showcases and just ancient mark builds. I could also kind of do it before I even fully build out the unit, but I don't like the thought of doing a video, oh, this is how you should build a unit, and then I'm showing you and then he's at level 1. It's kind of just like, okay, bro, like, your opinion is just based on the opinions of other people rather than you actually playing the game. And I don't like obviously there's some resources out there in the Discord and the Reddit. The Discord is really good. I suggest you join the Discord. There's a lot of good information in there. But I also like to use a unit, you know, take the unit into difficult content before I give my final opinion on it. I could read other people and say, but, you know, I like to also have my final opinion on it. So So I'm working on my third team. My third team will be Lychee, Logos, and Azi. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'll figure out by the time I do the video. But this will be my second team. But you know, like I said, I really enjoy the game. If you're on the fence about the game, I say try it out. If you like PGR, definitely say try this out, because from my understanding, it's kind of like PGR. I think the game's really rewarding. I think the game is great. I'm really happy that I decided to do content on the game. It was a big worry of me, like, yo, what if I start doing content on the game and I don't like it? That's gonna really like suck. But I'm happy I'm doing content on the game. I really enjoy it. Let me know, where are you guys? Like, I'm curious to know, if you're free to play, where's your what level are you at? If you're a whale, if you've been spending money in the game, what level are you at? Which characters? Who's your favorite character? You know, I'm very curious about those things. But just a thought on the game. Like I said, you know, it's been 7 days. You know, a little bit of a thought piece on the game. Peace, deuces, all above.